Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, wonderfully, Mr. Announcer. My name is Eric Lima, and you are watching, yes, another episode of WEML-TV, Channel 77. It's my YouTube channel, and it's also my channel handle, hosted by me, Eric Lima. What's going on up in here? And today, I figured today is August 1st, 2021, 11:09 a.m. And church service ended a little earlier than expected, so I am home right now. So decided to get everything ready and relaxing, because I got to talk about a lot of things. There's a lot of episodes going to come up on this show, just to let you know. And since I have today off of work, we're going to have some fun, all right? The Impact Homecoming Tournament. Now, it's like almost like the Mixed Match Challenge from the WWE to decide. A lot of surprises in this one. This is really something else, all right? And has first round matches and 8 teams competing, and the first team that wins will be King and Queen of Impact Wrestling. So it started off with the Swingers Palace team of Alicia Edwards, the wife of Eddie Edwards. And the reason why Eddie Edwards is not in the tournament, because he's got a hardcore match against W. Morrissey. So you can thank Morrissey for screwing that up, because Alicia and Eddie would have taken this tournament. But, might I digress, we'll be teaming up with the big man Hernandez to go up against the team of Deonna Purrazzo. And the former Aiden English is making his debut, going under his real name, Matthew Raywalt, the Drama King. And Deonna Purrazzo in the first round, and Deonna Purrazzo and Matthew Raywalt, that's going to be a name I got to get used to, has won the first round of the tournament. You thinking, Purrazzo being the Knockouts champion, and Raywalt has that slight advantage with the experience. Alicia and Hernandez, however, didn't have that much chemistry. If it was Alicia and Eddie Edwards, it would have been a little different story. But because of W. Morrissey, Alicia had to call on Hernandez to. I think Alicia and Swinger would have been eliminated in the first round anyway. So I kind of felt bad, because I was hoping Hernandez and Alicia Edwards' experience would help them win the matchup. And then Team Steiner, as I like to call them, Thick Mama Pump, that's Jordan Grace, and Little Petey Pump, that's Petey Williams. Team Scott Steiner, going up against the engaged team of Matthew Cardona, the new GCW heavyweight champion, and Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green, despite the wrist injury, they both picked up the victory over the Pump team. And I thought Jordan Grace and Petey Williams would with the experience they had, they would have picked up the victory. But in the end, Matthew Cardona and Chelsea Green did pick up the victory. But after the matchup, as Cardona and Green went to the back celebrating, Steve Macklin attacked Petey Williams. And it seems like Macklin and Williams, this is going to be a very interesting feud, to say the least. And then W. Morrissey, the former Big Cass, those of you who don't know who he is, was cutting a promo on Eddie Edwards. This is the interesting thing. Now, as a baseball fan, I'm going to appreciate this. All right, I said that with W. Morrissey being from New York and Eddie Edwards coming from Boston, I think that Boston-New York rivalry could continue in wrestling that way. I thought it was very interesting, to say the least. So I thought it would be totally awesome. But then the first round of the homecoming tournament continues. Tommy Dreamer and Rachel Elling, who are paying tribute to the Road Warriors, aka LOD, with the war pain now that Animal has passed away as well. And Rachel Elling paying tribute to her Uncle Hawk, as she likes to call him, went up against Brian Myers and a partner. Brian Myers, I call him Bonehead Brian Myers. Here's the thing. This guy is such a... I don't know what happened to the former Kurt Hawkins. God bless him. He turned such a jerk in Impact Wrestling. The dude, right? He's running his mouth about he's professional and all that. And Tennille Dashwood decided, no, I am not going to team up with you in this tournament. I'm out. And I was like, oh. And then goes to Sam Beal. Better find me another partner. He said he thought since they got they found out he get drawing Tommy Dreamer in the first round. He thought he would make it personal by putting his wife Beulah McGillicuddy in the matchup against Tommy Dreamer. Sam Beal gave him the I-900 number for ECW. I said, what an idiot, right? So let's go for the third option, Francine. Francine was so ticked at him. It was so funny. Francine was so ticked at him. She said, you should have chosen me first. Duh. And I'm like this the whole time. Oh my God. I'm like this. Brian Myers, you're a bonehead. You should have picked Francine first. You are a bonehead. A total bonehead. I was like, what are you going to do for an encore? So Francine dissed him. I'm like, oh man. I was like, who in the world is Brian Myers going to call on a last minute replacement, right? Could have called on Su Yung. Su Yung was available, so was Kimberly. Su Yung would have intimidated the life out. Su Yung and Rachel Ellering would have been a great matchup, to be honest with you. Or he could have gone Susan. You never know I don't know why Brian Myers does not think. He does not even think, right? All of a sudden, right, Sam Beal goes, I got somebody for you. And then he calls on Missy Hyatt, of all people. I'm like, Missy Hyatt? She's not much of a wrestler. She's a manager. She's trying to tell Brian Myers, I am not a wrestler. I'm a manager. Brian, I feel bad for Missy in this situation, seriously. I mean, she's a legendary manager. She's one of the best managers in WCW. She managed a lot of great wrestlers. And, I'm like, you knew when he was going to be in the matchup. And obviously, Tommy Dreamer and Rachel Ellering advanced in the second round of this tournament, but I mean, Sam Beal is now I should call Sam Beal and Brian Myers the Bonehead Brothers because they made some of the stupidest decisions when it comes to picking partners. I mean, I'm not saying Missy Hyatt's stupid. No, I like Missy Hyatt, but Missy Hyatt specifically said that she's not a wrestler, and she was correct on that. Poor girl, poor Missy Hyatt, and she dissed Brian Myers, right? Brian Myers goes, fine, you're dead. He tells Sam Beal you're dead. Right? And then all of a sudden, she's flirting with Sam Beal. I like the curly locks. Let me see your eyes. You're kind of cute. I'll close your eyes. I'll give you a big surprise. She whacked him with that loaded purse. Wham! Sam Beal out called him a snooping mark. I'm laughing so hard. I said, that's what you get for being a bonehead, Beal. Bonehead Beal, Bonehead Brian, the Bonehead Brothers. There's your new tag team name. You didn't call on Su Yung. Su Yung would have given Rachel Ellering a challenge. He said, Missy, anybody, did you try calling Kimona or Leia Meow? That would have helped. No. Oh my God. Or even Shelly Martinez. You could have called her. You could have called on her to help. Good Lord. Oh my goodness. I have to admit, that was the funniest thing in the world, man. Seriously. That was just too funny. Brian Myers said, I'm the most professional wrestler. You're also the most professional comedy act in Impact right now. Oh, good Lord. Oh, man. You're the bonehead. I'll talk about all-time bonehead plays. I just can't get over it. It's just too funny. Anyways. Missy Hyatt. Oh, good Lord. And she actually came out there. She looks gorgeous, by the way, despite what she's been. I'll tell you what. Oh, good Lord. Why? Sam Beal. It's more of a comedy act than anything else. Anyways. Anyways, Violent by Design promo on Willie Mack after they lost the tag team titles. And then Diener says, "Redemption's tonight. It's my redemption." And they continue the first round. Crazy Steve and Rosemary of Decay going against Fala Ba and Tasha Steeles, aka Fala and Flava, which I think was pretty cool. Fala Ba. Here's another guy that's pretty funny. I like him better than Brian Myers. You're like, no, yo, weirdo. I like Fala Ba. He's funny. That's one guy I want to meet from Impact is Fala Ba. He's hilarious. I thought Brian Myers and Sam Beal like the 2 of the 3 Stooges. If they formed a comedy act between Fala Ba and Brian Myers, will probably be one of the most entertaining matches I would have loved to watch. I'm gonna get you. So Bonehead Brian and Bonehead Beal. Bonehead Ba? Nah, no. I like Fala Ba. Fala Ba's great. Fala Ba's the funniest wrestler in Impact. A lot funnier than Brian Myers. Unfortunately, DK has moved on to the second round. Crazy Steve and Rosemary. And they'll take on the team of Dreamer and Ellering. While Matthew Cardona and Chelsea Green will take on Deonna Purrazzo and Matthew Rehwoldt in the second round. Then they had Willie Mack versus Diener, and with Willie Mack and Rich Swann outnumbered by VBD, Diener did pick up the victory. But beforehand, Steve Macklin explained his attack on P.D. Williams, why he did it. So there's that. Gia Miller interviewed Matthew Cardona and Chelsea Green. They said they're pretty confident about the second round, and hopefully they'll become king and queen. Semi-final in the first round, like I said, Deonna Purrazzo, the Knockouts champ, Matthew Rehwoldt, the Drama King, went up against Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green, and Deonna Purrazzo and Matthew Rehwoldt, and advanced to the final round. It was a heck of a matchup, really. Could have gone either way, but Chelsea Green did comfort Cardona afterwards. And like I said, Gia Miller was interviewing was interviewing Missy Hyatt. Missy Hyatt explained why she's here, and then Bryars interrupts her, and then Hyatt goes, "I'm not a wrestler." And then after Hyatt hits Beal, I forgot to say that, she gave Gia Miller props. She said, "You're doing a great job. Keep it up." And Gia Miller had this smile on her face. You know, it's like it's good when the legend gives somebody some props and respect. In this case, Missy Hyatt to Gia Miller. That's going to put Gia Miller a lot of confidence in her. And plus, she's dating Ace Austin. I mean, come on, you know, she got everything going on for her right now. Then the second round, the semifinal round, part 2. Second semifinal round, Crazy Steve, Rosemary, DK versus Dreamer and Ellering, and Crazy Steve and Rosemary did pick up the victory. So there's that. And then Gia Miller once again interviewed Eddie Edwards, and then Alicia, his wife, interrupts Edwards and goes, "Do me a favor, end this," and hands him Kenny. I was like, Kenny gonna be used, that's for sure. And the homecoming finals, Deonna Purrazzo and Matthew Rehwoldt against Crazy Steve and Rosemary, which brings up an interesting feud because Matthew Rehwoldt, you know, talks about the drama and all that. You got DK. Mind games were involved in this matchup, definitely. But in the end, Deonna Purrazzo and Matthew Rehwoldt, what a debut for Matthew Rehwoldt on Impact. I mean, you make your debut you in this tournament, and you end up winning the dang thing, which is totally awesome. I mean, plus you had Deonna Purrazzo's Knockouts champion, so Deonna Purrazzo probably knows a thing or two about tournaments. You got to give them both Deonna Purrazzo and Matthew Rehwoldt props. First time they're teaming up, and they worked well together, and they win, and they won the King and Queen of Homecoming Impact Wrestling. Congratulations to the two of them. You know, Crazy Steve and Rosemary probably put up a good fight. Rosemary is one half of the brand new Knockouts Tag Team Champions with Havoc. And I forgot to admit the X Division title was on the line. Josh Alexander defends against Black Taurus, who had had Havoc in his corner, but Havoc did not play a factor. Josh Alexander did retain the title. Is Josh Alexander wanting to move up against Kenny Omega? I think there's a rumor. I would love to see that. obviously, it's about time that Josh Alexander gets an Impact World Heavyweight title shot. Cash in that X Division Championship, use the option C thing. That's what I'm hoping for. Then the main event, it was a Boston-New York rivalry. I'm telling you, W. Morrissey representing Queens, New York. You got Eddie Edwards representing Boston in a hardcore matchup. It's like a Boston-New York rivalry taken up to a whole new level in wrestling. I have to admit. And these two beat the you-know-what out of each other and then Eddie Edwards ends up picking the victory by wrapping a chain around his leg, and then used it to hit Morrissey with the Boston Knee Party. Uno, dos, tres. 1, 2, 3. Eddie Edwards did pick up the victory for the match. So Eddie Edwards won the main event. Congratulations to him. I tell you what, it was interesting. So what's next for everybody? It'll be the fallout from Homecoming. It'll be very interesting to see what happens, and I will we'll find out. AEW the 4th is coming up, and a lot of stuff going on. It's August the 1st. I can't believe today is August. So on the next episode, some Joker's Wild, ladies and gentlemen. Slot Machine Sunday. Time to beat the devil. All right, and I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Until the next episode, peace, love, and bless out.